work for me right now, just because the emotion that's attached to it. But I obviously believe that the citizens of Idaho are doing the right thing.
A disappointing day for same-sex couples in the Gem State, one day after they declare victory in the battle over marriage rights. Early this morning, Idaho became the first state to have a ruling from the Supreme Court on the issue. Our big story tonight, team coverage of the ruling and its impact on the couples. We start with On Your Side's Chris Oswald with all the details.
The decision by the Supreme Court came in this one-page ruling after the state asked for an emergency stay overnight. The court's decision came not only as a surprise, but as a disappointment for the couples looking to wed. A curious question from a young boy hoping to see his two moms, Andrea Altmeyer and Sheila Robinson, wed after a ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals struck down Idaho's ban on same-sex marriage. The two joined dozens of couples at the Ada County Courthouse Wednesday morning, a day that began with celebrations and ended with sorrow. Just as the county began to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, a Supreme Court ruling halted the county clerks.
2 minutes before 8 o'clock, we received a stay from the state informing us the Supreme Court had put a stay on this case.
The order from the Supreme Court stays a mandate from the Ninth Circuit requiring Idaho to issue same-sex marriage license. It was issued by Justice Anthony Kennedy in response to an emergency motion Governor Otter and the Attorney General filed Wednesday morning. The state cited potential for, quote, chaos, confusion, conflict, and uncertainty in the request. Deborah Ferguson, attorney for the plaintiffs, and her clients say this fight is not over.
Well, we'll be back. I mean, the very next thing is we have a response due to the Supreme Court 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Just another step in the process, and we're going to keep our heads held high, and this is going to happen.
Idaho's case is the first to have the Supreme Court intervene. Just Monday, the High Court refused to get involved in 5 other cases. It's why this ruling by Justice Kennedy came as a surprise to many of the couples who had hoped to get a marriage license.
We had made it all the way to the counter, and then that stay came out, so that's surprising to say the least. Yeah.
Right now, the plaintiff's attorney is writing a response to the stay. I'm told it will be filed by that 5 p.m. deadline tomorrow. Once that is done, 3 things can happen. The Supreme Court can lift its stay, they can keep the stay in place, or they can choose to hear Idaho's case altogether. Chris Oswald, Idaho on Your Side.